drip is a skill. It's the highest cruise a bill. Ain't nothing just to heal. We just slip on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We just slip on, spin move, in zone, scope. Scope the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go.
Today, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Las Vegas Raiders. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Preston Williams. A gain of 14. First down, Dolphins.
On first down, they run with Howard. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 33 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Tua now on first down. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out right at the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Carr now on first down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 50 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Good tackle for a loss there by Kyle Van Noy, and he had his best years in New England. Led them in combined tackles in 2018, and they won the Super Bowl at the conclusion of that season. Miami certainly hopes he can help. A defense that ranked 30th in yards allowed per game last year. They certainly hope he can lead and continue to show plays like that.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Dolphins defense is able to hold. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
And all the way to the opposite 48. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 45 yards on the ground.
And that's a big-time run right there. Backed up deep inside their own 10, but he found a weakness in the defense, and off he went. I think they got caught looking past defensively, and he burned them for a huge gain. Nice job taking advantage of what the defense gave him.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Running from the gun with Howard. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Howard, the ball carrier.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the rookie, his intended target, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again. Carr. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs. 59 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25.
So now here come the Dolphins. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's airing it out for Williams, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. These two teams all tied after 1.
7-7.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolute perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Quickly into the hands of Waller. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
10-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. That's complete, right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity. Tua to try again on 2nd down.
Right back to Williams, and this time he's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And the Dolphins first down.
They'll run on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. But they'll drop this underneath to Howard. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That keeps the score.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. To the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. He'll let this go deep for runs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun. Carr. He'll let this go deep for Rook. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Yeah, this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Out comes the Miami offense once again, and they're running back Jordan Howard. Now, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual, because ordinarily, when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? On the delay, it's Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
He was taken down by Damon.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First down, Miami.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
To Jordan Howard.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
And long.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami.
Formation for the Dolphins.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken around the 12. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work.
He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Try it again on 2nd down. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Carr. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
From the gun, Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
For Henry Ruggs, incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Carr.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first round, you could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again. Carr. Waller taking it in over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. Carr now on 1st down.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Baker in on the tackle. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. A 1st down and more for Jacobs. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards in the 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there, this one good for 18. Into the red zone, it's Carr. He's got a man wide open, complete. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, 1st down. Operating from the gun, Carr. As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
No success on 1st down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Max Crosby, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Tanner Muse. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. And I would imagine as a receiver, you get 1 touchdown. That's great. 2 really good. 3 amazing. You get 4. Yeah, well, he's had 4. I don't know what else to say. It's been impressive.
You're just wondering when the 5th is going to show up, right? That's how it's been for him today, and there's been nothing passive about his game at all. Been aggressive right from the beginning, route running, finding ways to catch the football. Even if he's been contested downfield, it hasn't mattered. He's had that type of a game.
Impossible to stop.
Celebrating the guys who just gave up that play.
from the gun. Carr. He'll find his running back out of the backfield, Raymond Calais. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Carr now on first down. And a slant held in by Rose. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 21 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Jakeem Grant now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Miami set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and it's third down.
It's third down and 7 yards.
From the gun, it's Tua. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20. Not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and his Vegas offense operate. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. This is picked up by the Dolphins. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
By Miami.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's now second and 10.
Tua once again here on second and 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I know what the scoreboard says here, but for all those who are playing fantasy football, their scoreboards are different. Points scored could benefit someone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field.
Vegas.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets them up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
It's a good defense, holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were going to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the 1st down.
They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders are pouring it on.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. But this point down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is Jakeem Grant. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Looking for Parker again, and this time he's got him. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Max Crosby in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Dolphin football. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this...
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's third down and 14.
Out of the gun on third down. Here's Tua. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
There'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter. Carr going to throw here.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for only a couple.
And 8 at the 42-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Carr flushed out right.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Throwing his Carr on third down.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And it's caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense. Hey, we're going to do what we do.
They were looking to throw, holding in the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Carr going to look to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down and goal.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. It's incomplete.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Miami, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park.